once again, I have a fantastic lady to introduce you to. We are back with Women You Should Know in the Coachella Valley and Tara Howard of Tara Howard Photography. This is really fun for me because I see Tara in the morning when we're sweating it out at the gym. Fusion Fitness, shout out to you as well. But I'm so excited to bring her to you because she has a fantastic business that she's built. And I'm about to learn about it all with you too. So tell us a little bit about your photography business.
Amazing. Thank you. Yes. I know it's so funny not to be in our workout clothes.
I know. It's so funny. It's very funny.
Yeah. So I run my own business. I do a lot of, I call it desert travel and lifestyle.
I noticed that. Love
so that. I do a lot of work for Visit Palm Springs, Visit Greater Palm Springs, a lot of destination photography.
Yeah.
But I also offer branding and commercial for small businesses, whether it's someone telling the story about their own business or they want to bring in models and produce a shoot that highlights their business for advertising. I also do a bunch of production and event photography. I do house photography at Acrisure concerts.
Yes.
And I love doing that.
That is such a score.
A lot of theater.
Yeah.
And I love to do people, family portraits. I love photographing people, real moments, lifestyle.
Right. And how long have you had this business?
So I've had a few different facets of my life and my career.
Sure.
But I have been doing my own photography business in the desert for probably the last 3 to 4 years.
Okay, so that's fairly recent.
But I've been a photographer for a long time, but I haven't been doing this style of photography, which kind of developed out here in a really kind of amazing and organic way.
Okay, well, tell us more.
But so it kind of goes back 2 steps. So first, I went to college and majored in theater and musical theater and photography.
Okay.
Always loved theater, moved to New York after school to perform. I performed professionally in New York for many years.
Oh my gosh.
Traveled, got to tour. And when I was on a tour of The King and I in Asia, I met a friend of a friend who came to visit who worked at Newsweek in the photo department.
Okay.
And I was just fascinated by her job and I was asking her all these questions. And it kind of like lit this question in my brain about this career and this job and photography, which was always a passion of mine, but I always just did it for fun or pictures of friends or portraits on the tour of people. And she, when we got back to New York, had an opening in the Newsweek photo department. So I interviewed and I got the job and I was filling in temp positions, but then photo editors would step out and I stepped into the role of photo editor many times and started to fill in and learn the ropes kind of from the back end because I didn't go to photojournalism school. I didn't kind of learn it from that end, but I got to learn by doing. And I love the job because I got to see the result of like what I chose or an action that I took. Like if I picked this picture for this article, someone would read it and see that photo and have an emotion and a feeling about that piece.
Right.
So to have that effect as a photo editor is powerful. And it's kind of, people don't even know they exist really.
I never thought about that, but you're so absolutely right.
So if you pick up a newspaper and you look at the cover photo, a lot went into that, right? It's either an assignment that was shot for the newspaper and a photo editor hired a photographer to go somewhere and submit photos and then they had to be chosen and selected to be there. Or it was a photo that's in the news wires that's a newsworthy story and the photo editor is looking through all the stories and pulling the best one that's going to be compelling for
because many people see the photo first. Then they read the headline, and then they decide.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you have to be eye-catching.
Right.
Ooh, I love that.
So this job back in New York, it switched gears. I worked then at the Wall Street Journal. So then I became a photo editor there, and I worked in every section of the paper, from world news to arts and entertainment. And then I became the arts and entertainment photo editor, producing shoots, hiring photographers and going to a lot of the celebrity shoots and being part of that portraiture and all of that, and hiring amazing photographers.
Yeah.
So I really learned from being on set and seeing how everyone worked and to kind of see photography from the editor's side. And that has helped me now as a photographer because when I shoot, I'm sometimes shooting with an editor's eye because I kind of know like what would I want to see when I file these photos, like which ones would I pull out to use, which ones could be most useful for whatever the client's needs are, if it's an advertising campaign or to tell this story or X, Y, or Z. So I'm always kind of thinking of that. So I worked at the Wall Street Journal as a photo editor. My daughter was born in New York and we were like, we got to get out of New York. We're going to move to California. And a lot of people were doing New York to LA.
Mm-hmm.
And we were planning to do the same thing, but I had been here once on vacation
Mm-hmm.
and just was like, I'm just curious. Just typed in Palm Springs. And my husband and I were like, you could get, at the time, a 3-bedroom house with a pool for the same price we were paying in Brooklyn for our 4th floor, 1-bedroom walk-up with no bathroom and no closet. So we were like, what if we did that? Like, we'll move to Palm Springs and give ourselves a break from the city. And our plan was to move to LA.
Sure.
So we moved here for a year, had a magical year. We moved to LA. And we miss it. What have we done? We spent the whole year trying to find a place that was something we could buy in a good school district, like patch of grass. And, like looking an hour or 2 hours out, we're like, let's just go back to Palm Springs. So we did. And we bought this place 2017.
Yes.
So I've been photo editing since then.
Okay.
But multiple publications have come and gone and folded. And it's been a really tough time for publishing.
Right. Oh, right. Because
digital, you know, it's just everything's changed in the industry.
Yeah.
And I started and stopped, lost a few series of different jobs. And then I got connected to the Visitors Bureau and I started shooting for them. And then it kind of rolled. I started shooting for them, and then I started shooting for the zoo, and then I started shooting. So I have a lot of amazing local clients that keep me really busy in our valley. So I just, that's kind of the full story.
Oh, I love that so much. And so what I think is so great is that it feels like you really kind of put yourself in a place to always have another opportunity. Like whether or not you actually knew that, but it was like, okay, so I'm here, it's new, and then it's Newsweek, and then it's Wall Street Journal, and then let's move across the country, right? And now here you are. I mean, I've seen a lot of what you do, and you're very well established. There was probably a moment where you thought, can I make this work? Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about that, because photography, and I guess any business that you start, you got to create a clientele that needs what you're doing. Right. And they have to believe in what you're doing. They have to trust what you're doing. Right. And that takes some time. And you may not have that initially at first. You had a little bit of that with Greater Palm Springs and stuff. Right. But still, like, beyond that, there's a moment where you're like, I have to figure out how to get people to choose me.
Sure. I mean, that's always a work in progress, right? We're always trying to work on that and marketing ourselves. I feel like I still am. But I think that I've made so many wonderful connections, and many of them have led to other new connections, and that continues to grow. And that's what's so unique about our valley, I feel like, because it's a big area with kind of a small town feel in a way. So you have a little bit more of an ability to be a bigger fish in this pond versus like New York or LA, where there's just like tons of people doing
very true. And also there are so many connections here that are so valuable, because we draw people from all over the world, all different walks of life, want to come be here. Right. So the opportunity to meet somebody that could really change the trajectory of what you're doing is pretty high, as long as you're taking the steps forward. Doing the things you need to do to create those opportunities. Yeah. Oh, I just love it.
I mean, and you definitely do have to take a big leap when you're going out on your own. And I always, for a time, was doing some photo editing on the side, and then all of my photography. And I was trying to scramble to manage my schedule between photo editing my own photos, family, life, kids, the whole thing. And I just this year, I am now officially just working for myself, full-time photos. So that's been really exciting.
That's so awesome. 2024.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
A big step.
That's a big deal. And so did you have a little hesitation around that? Did you feel a little?
Sure. It's always like, wow, it's nice to know I have certain amount of XYZ steady income, because, freelance work is always, you're not hit or miss. You're not always sure when you're going to be busy, but I've spent enough time here now doing this that I kind of get the ebbs and flows of season, which is a thing. So, of course, it's hot here in the summer. So not a lot of people are booking their photo shoots in the
outside.
summer.
Not a lot of lifestyle outdoor photos
happening. Lot. Sometimes it happens.
It's real sweaty.
It is very sweaty. I have done them.
Really?
Four pools or 5 hiking locations in one day in August, but we make it work. Lots of water, sun hats. I got all the accoutrements that I need to survive these outdoor shoots, but it's really fun. And the thing that I really love about the kind of work that I get to do is that I'm constantly looking at the desert where we live with this lens of like, what makes it special and unique, and why this is a really special place to visit or to live. So I'm constantly grateful. I'm being reminded of that.
That's so special, because we live here. Like I've lived here for 25 years.
Mhm.
Christina's lived here her whole life. And, you know, you pass by so many really unique, special things
Yeah.
just because you pass it by every single day.
Right.
Right. So how neat to be able to almost necessarily look at it
Right.
specifically for what is unique, what is different, what should other people know about.
Right.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super
and I've
cool.
learned about so many cool places that I
Yeah.
never would have known about
Okay.
too.
So favorite surprise you didn't know it existed place here?
Oh, my new favorite one?
New favorite. That'll work.
Happy Alley.
What?
Have you been there?
Oh, in
In
Indio.
Indio?
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Downtown Indio has really exploded.
100%. They're doing
And
some
there's so many
fantastic
great
things there.
businesses
Mhm.
and beautiful murals and art
Yeah.
and theater and music.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been there for a few photo shoots now.
I saw one you
It's
did
a
recently.
super
Super
cute little
cute.
spot. You can walk by and just Instagram you and
Yeah.
your friends there with the hanging umbrellas.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Very
really
cool.
colorful and fun.
What about like something that was very unusual? You thought, I didn't even know something like this existed. Not even just here.
Unusual. I mean, I actually did. I don't know if it's unusual, but I wasn't aware of the Coachella walls, like all the beautiful murals and artwork all over Coachella.
Oh, the City of Coachella. Right.
Downtown
Another-
Coachella, 6th Street. Like there's a lot of great.
They're doing
Great
some
stuff over there.
fantastic things
Yeah.
down there to really grow that city and make it more of a destination to go have a
Absolutely.
great meal,
Right.
to see the art.
Yeah.
That's so true.
You
And
can do like walking tours and
Yeah.
see it all.
yeah,
And it's
very
really
true.
beautiful. It's fun for
Yeah.
families. There's a big park right there, a great
Yeah.
coffee shop and restaurants and things. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny, like we live in Palm Desert. Palm Springs is so far,
Right.
like
No,
in a
it feels
ridiculous
fun.
way, right? And
Yeah.
Coachella is so far.
Right.
But it's not. It's like 15, 20 minutes, and you're in a different
Right.
city learning different and new fun
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. Ah.
Yeah.
So what's it like shooting for the Acrisure?
Oh, it's so fun. It's fast paced. You know,
Mhm.
usually we typically just get the first 2 or 3 songs to
Mhm.
photograph,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go right up to the office and edit for a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
So,
Favorite concert you've seen?
favorite one, Alanis Morissette.
I knew you were going to say that.
So good.
She was really great.
She was
huh?
amazing.
Yeah.
She still got it.
I know. So
She rocked
crazy.
out hard. It was good.
It's so great to have that here too, right?
Yes,
Such
that's been a huge
Mhm.
bonus for our desert because now we
Yeah.
can bring in all these big shows and they're bringing in huge artists. Their
really, really
programming
big,
is
surprising.
amazing. Like,
Yeah, it's a
I'm a
fantastic
huge
place to
fan.
watch just anyone.
Yes.
Really, like whoever, even if you
Yes.
like them a little bit, go see them.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then the hockey's been so much fun too.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, very
I was there last
cool.
night. I'll be there tomorrow night.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really fun.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
so awesome. So you're doing all this, and you also are a mom.
hmm
2 daughters.
2 girls,
Uh,
ages 6 and 9.
Ah, that's fun.
Yeah.
And how do you find the balance there?
Well, I mean, I work for myself, so I'm
Yeah.
able to have the flexibility I need. I mean, obviously the editing will pile up during season,
Sure.
but I do have the flexibility to work from home when I'm editing and get to school pickup
Yeah.
and kind of try to jam in my editing at home during the school hours,
Right.
and then I can pick them up and do extracurriculars
Yeah, do all
and
the
things like
things.
that. And when I'm on set or shooting all day, then we make arrangements and make it all work out.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. And
yeah.
do you think there's like something that they are gleaning from you being your own boss and creating your own business around like a different sort of profession?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think they see that I love what I do, and I think that's important
Mhm.
to not see me sitting around like hating my job. You know, I love what I do, and sometimes
Yeah.
they're sad, like, I wish you didn't have to go tonight, mommy. But I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what, mommy has to work, but I'll
Right.
be home and it'll be fun. I'm gonna have a good time. And,
Right.
you know, they support me and I support them.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that the best thing you can do for your children
Yeah.
is to teach them that a big life is possible.
Yeah.
And having like a job that you're happy in
Yeah.
is totally possible. I think, so often like we teach kids, okay, so go to college and pick a career, that
Right.
comes from doing that. And happiness is not important. It's, you know what I
Right.
mean? And if you can find something that you love to do,
Right.
it's not work. And if you could, and generally you can monetize that and feed
Right.
your family by doing it.
Right.
So it's a huge gift that they get by
Right.
watching you do that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%. And I'm excited because total, I can't think of the right word, but
Plug.
plug, yes. Thank you. For our pet contest for the Living Free first prize is a photo shoot with your pet with Tara.
Yay.
So that's so exciting. I'm so grateful for you.
It's going to be so fun. I envision it like a lifestyle shoot of you and your pet. So we'll figure out the location based on the pet and where you are.
Yeah.
But it'll be really fun.
That's awesome. You recently fostered some kittens?
I did.
How was that?
It was my first time fostering.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And they've all been adopted.
That's good.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah.
We have a cat that adopted us from the yard, which is very special.
Yeah.
But we wanted to give back and help some kittens in need. So it was a special experience. So
do you think you'll do it again?
I'd love to do it again.
Nice.
Maybe take a little break before we bring them back in again and tear up the guest room.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. That's awesome.
I love supporting this cause. So it's a wonderful cause. I think it's going to be great.
Living Free is a super special place. Yeah. And you can actually take tours up there.
I know.
So,
I wanna go.
Yes, you can make an appointment and do that. And I know your daughters will love it. Go see the horses, all the cats, all the dogs. It's fantastic.
I love it.
Absolutely. So, either the most important advice or that you've been given, or maybe what you like to give out when asked. Either one.
Oh, wow. I know what's really asked.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I think the best thing to do is just believe in yourself and do what you love, and you will find a way to make it happen. A lot of people are scared because the money's not there, or I'm too afraid to take the leap. But you know what? If you do take the leap, you will have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I've had to do that several times when I've just taken a big leap, move across the country, you know, not having work secured,
knowing people,
moving out here and not having work secured or any family or connections at all.
Right.
And it just has grown. So you dive in and just give it a go.
Yeah. And if somebody wanted to hire you to do something for them, what's the best way to reach out to you?
Oh my gosh, my website or Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
I love connecting on Instagram.
I know. And you've got a fantastic Instagram that really showcases your work and the variety of it.
Right.
You know, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Super good. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say before we go?
Well, I just really love what you do, supporting all these small businesses and women, and I think it's wonderful. I'm grateful to be part of it.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you to participate in the contest too. Yeah. It's going to be super fun. Yeah. I can't wait to see who we get. So I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too.
Yeah. Until next time, everybody.